Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Excalibur Extended Roundtable Tech Talk. I'm joined today by Tom Petley from HaloITSM. Tom, thanks for joining me today.
Hi, Mike. Thanks for having me.
It's always fun to get together and talk about Halo and the exciting things that you guys are doing there at Halo. But a lot of folks out there have asked, hey, can you take us through some specific use case, some of our departments that are maybe not necessarily within IT that want to leverage our platform? It's known as enterprise service management. Everybody seems to do it, and some do it better than others. And you guys have some exciting things that you've done that provide content within the system for customers to start with for many different departments outside of IT, one of them being facilities and facilities management. So, Tom, let's talk a little bit about what you guys have done to help folks get started in getting their facilities into their Halo platform.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me share my screen now, and I can kind of show you some of the out-of-the-box facilities workflows that we've got. So I thought I'd just start here, which is what we call our organizational charts, and it's not going to look like the customer's organizational chart. It's not designed to do that, really. It's more of a visual representation of the different areas of the service areas in Halo and the kind of the siloed data sets and the data areas within the system. So you'll see here that we've got IT over here, and this is what we call the department layer. Then beneath there, we have our team layer. So you can have all your different teams within there. And each of these layers can be completely siloed. So IT wouldn't even have to have any visibility of facilities or HR in this case, and vice versa. HR wouldn't have to see IT. So it can literally be their own systems, but it is all kind of centrally managed. And if you wanted to, you can pass stuff between each other. And also, kind of something like an onboarding request or something like that. So you may have different tasks that need to go to different departments. So you've got the benefits of having it all in one tool, but also the benefits of having completely siloed data as well. And how this kind of represents within the system is that we can have these different, we call them ticketing areas or service areas within the tool. So we've got all our IT stuff here. We've also got all the facilities area here. So if we were to go into facilities, we'd have all our facilities teams down the side here and all our tickets within here. And as I said before, it's if you wanted to, based on the role of the person, someone in facilities wouldn't ever have to see this IT area, or they wouldn't have to ever see any of these areas if you didn't want them to. So that's one side, and that's from the agent perspective. And then the other side is the self-service, which is really important as well. So you can have a single kind of unified portal for all the different departments, but you can then have your separate service catalogs within there. So if I was to go in to raise a request, I could go and do an IT request, an HR request, or a facilities request. Then I can kind of categorize them, group my services up. If I just go for a breakdown, and maybe we'll go for a plumbing facilities ticket here. So if I just raise that, we can have our own custom forms that sit behind this. And yeah, and basically facilities can have their completely control of all their configuration, all their services and their forms and their teams and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to take a screenshot as well, because it's really important for facilities that you can have the ability to kind of embed images and attach photos and stuff like that, because when you are out and about, often that's the best way of doing it, is just capturing a photo. It's also worth adding that we've got mobile apps, so you can do it on the app as well. So it doesn't just have to be kind of using the browser. You can actually do it as you're out and about on the app, take photos and release jobs and tickets and things like that. We've also got another area that's used by facilities is the asset management area as well. So whereas we kind of normally talk about assets in IT being kind of your laptops, your cell phones, mobile phones, but it could be in facilities that you're talking about water fountains, or it could even be tractors or whatever it might be. Minibuses are another one. There's lots of different kind of areas where kind of can be utilized by different departments. You'll see that's just dropped in here, just the same process as it would be of IT. How's that look, Mike?
Yeah, it looks very, very cool, because I mean the underlying service request process is the same. We just have different things that we're trying to do with it.
Absolutely, yeah. It may be that a lot of the things are like my approval processes, like I've got on this one. It might be that you want to automatically assign based on certain criteria. It's all the same stuff that IT do, but Yeah, it's just basically using it in a different context.
So, we've got facilities, we have HR, we've got many other areas that are provided to customers as an all-in-one license out of the box. And as new things are being innovated, those are also available to them. So I think it's exciting, and it's important for customers to understand, you're getting everything that you need. Now, maybe you don't need facilities. You can turn it off. You don't have to use it, but it's there and available for you when you do decide you want to try to bring some of these things together. We've seen that a lot over these last few years as people are. It's funny because the epiphany shouldn't be hard. Almost every department does request management.
Yeah.
Who's requesting it? Is there a deadline? And what is it that they're requesting, and some additional details. And then who's responsible for making sure that request gets fulfilled. And then, is it done? Right? It's the same steps.
Same fundamentals that ITSM systems are built on. It's assignment, prioritization, really, and then the ability to report off the back of it. It's the same things. There's lots of bells and whistles that have grown up within kind of ITSM tools and things like that, which kind of complement it and make things easier. But everyone's trying to do those same fundamentals. So yeah, it works really well.
Yeah, it's funny, but with the thing that I love about the way your portal is designed is for the customer and that customer experience. They don't have to understand that they're separate.
No.
They can come in and say, even start searching plumbing issue, and it's going to direct them where they need to go to raise their issue. It's made to be intuitive and simple because we want that high level customer experience. And then for the folks that are fulfilling that, as you noted and kind of showed in our little brief demo, is we have the ability to separate those things. So it's not one big bucket. Not everything's coming into the service request module and it's chopped up from there. No, these are separate and can be completely siloed, and or things can be exchanged where they may come in. Because one of the things we'll talk about HR in another episode. Sometimes there's some crossover where IT gets HR calls, and HR may really be an IT issue, but they're calling HR about it. And similar things happen now for facilities where we have automatic door readers and all of these sort of things. The customer may not be sure who to call, and our ability to be able to direct them can be very, very helpful.
I always like talking about things like projectors and things like that. Is that an IT issue, or is it actually the power's not working to it and it's a facilities issue? It's
or you think about just doing a projector request. We want to have a projector set up in a room that doesn't have one. Some organizations IT handles that. Some organizations facilities handle it. Some organizations have a whole nother group that does that. And those are the things that with the power and flexibility we have with Halo, we can deliver the solution that's needed to the customer and for their customers.
Absolutely.